Chapter 1 The Quiet Morning. It was one of those mild spring mornings on Maple Street town. The air was cool, the sky light blue, and the birds sang their clear songs. Emma sat by her window with a cup of tea in her hand. She looked down at the deserted street and heaved a sigh. Lately, her days felt quiet, not of peaceful quiet, but lonely quiet. She worked from home, lived alone, and moved through each day like a small boat in a silent ocean. Nobody to talk to in the morning. No one to share lunch with. No laughter from a room beside hers. It was only Emma, her tea, and the computer with hours of silence. She wasn't sad, precisely, but she missed human presence. A voice, a smile, a hello, anything. She said to herself in a whisper, "I wish today feels a little different." She drank the remaining tea, got her bag, and walked outside. Chapter 2 The Walk to Town. Emma walked down Maple Street, passing by gardens replete with tulips. She nodded at familiar faces. The man watering his plants. The woman walking her dog. They all looked busy, but not unfriendly. She wondered. Just saying hello shouldn't be too hard. Everyone looked at their phones, their shoes, their schedules. Not at faces, not on eyes, no smiles. Emma came to the door of the bakery and finally opened it. A small bell above her head rang. Ding, ding. The smell of fresh bread wrapped itself around her like a warm blanket. Chapter 3 The Baker's Smile. Behind the counter stood the baker, Mr. Rowan. A kind 60-year-old man with a soft smile that never seemed to go away, and flour on his apron. "Good morning, Emma," he greeted bright-eyed. Emma felt that something inside her had risen just a bit. "Good morning," she said, smiling at him. A true and sincere smile. "What will it be today?" he asked. "Just the usual," she replied. "A warm croissant and a small coffee, please." Mr. Rowan carefully wrapped up the croissant and handed it to her. As Emma was paying, he said, "You bring sunshine with your smile." Emma blinked. She didn't often receive compliments. She wasn't used to being seen. All those simple words felt like a soft light turning on inside her. "Thank you," she said quietly. She took her order and headed towards the open-air seating area. Chapter 4 A Bench and a Thought. She sat down on the bench outside the bakery and watched the street come alive. Cars moved slowly. People hurried past. Doors opened and closed. Emma wondered about Mr. Rowan's words. Was her smile really that bright? Could a smile matter that much? Could it change someone's day? She thought of how his smile had changed hers. Maybe, she thought, smiles are tiny gifts that people forget they carry. She finished her coffee, feeling lighter than before. Chapter 5. The Stranger. As Emma stood to leave, she noticed a young man approaching the bakery. He looked tired, eyes low, shoulders heavy, steps slow. His clothes showed he worked long hours. He seemed invisible to the world. No greeting, no glance, no smile from those passing him. He held the bakery door, but before he entered, Emma met his eyes. Not by accident, but on purpose. She gave a smile, warm, open, true, not very polite. It's not small. It is not forced. A genuine smile. Surprised, the young man froze slightly. Then his face changed, gentle as a cloud disclosing sun. He smiled back, only just a simple human moment, yet not little, not small at all. Chapter 6. What the Smile Did. Inside the bakery, the young man greeted Mr. Rowan with a clearer voice than before. "Good morning," he said. Emma watched through the window. The interaction seemed different. Lighter, brighter. She didn't know why she cared, but she did. For that smile, her smile, was a gift bestowed upon me, with no request, no reason, no expectation. Chapter 7. The Little Girl. She continued walking down the street, that moment still lingering within her mind. Ahead, she saw a little girl standing and waiting with her mother at the bus stop. The little girl appeared quite nervous, holding her mother's hand tightly. Maybe the first day of school? Maybe a new town? Emma slowed her pace, bent slightly, and smiled. The girl's eyes grew wide. Then she smiled again, shy but bright. Her mother nodded gratefully. That small smile seemed to whisper, "You're safe. You're seen. You'll be okay." As Emma continued on suddenly, maybe she was lonely, but so was he. Maybe others needed connection too. Chapter 8. Liam's Story. Meanwhile, at the bakery, the young man sat at a corner table. His name, although Emma didn't yet know, came. Liam was. Recently, his life had been difficult. He had moved to Maple Street town for a job, leaving his friends, his family, and all familiar places behind. Work was stressful. His apartment was quiet. His evenings were long and lonely. He often dined alone, shopped alone, alone walked. That morning, a heavy heart woke him, thinking, another day, just another lonely day. Then there was Emma's smile, a stranger's smile, a gentle, innocent, silent message. You exist. I see you. You matter. For the first time in days, maybe weeks, Liam's heart was warmed. Chapter 9. The Shift. He finished his breakfast, stood up, and thanked Mr. Rowan. Your kindness means a lot. And a person smiled at me today. It helped. Mr. Rowan nodded knowingly. Always does, he said. Liam stepped outside, breathing deeper. The street wasn't cold anymore. It felt like a place full of people, people who could relate. If someone was brave enough to start. Chapter 10. Where Paths Cross. Now Emma walked along the river path, feeling fresh air against her face. She saw two teenagers arguing softly over a broken bike chain. Emma didn't know a thing about bikes, but she did stop. Everything okay? Yes, one said, though his voice was embarrassed. Need help holding it while you fix it? She offered. They nodded, surprised but relieved. She held the handle steady while the boy got the chain back up. In less than 3 minutes, the bike was fixed. Thanks, said the boys in chorus, and they rode laughing away, lighter than before. Emma didn't save the world. She didn't change everything. But she altered something. A moment, a feeling, a tone. Chapter 11. Realization. Emma sat again by the window back home. But this time, the quiet outside was not lonely. She thought of the baker's warm smile, Liam's surprised smile, the little girl's coy smile, the thankful smiles of the boys. She whispered to herself, maybe connection is not lost in this world. Maybe it just needs someone to start. Chapter 12. Liam's evening. Liam went home after his shift. His apartment was still quiet, but he was different. He looked in the mirror and practiced smiling, not because he had to, but because he wanted to. He remembered Emma's eyes, clear, kind, open. He didn't know her name, but her smile carried something rare, human warmth. Tomorrow, he thought, maybe he could be the one to smile first. Chapter 13. A reflective night. Liam sat in his small apartment. The soft evening light filtered through the curtains. He held a cup of tea, but had his mind elsewhere. He had thought about the morning, about Emma's smile. It wasn't just politeness on his part. It was something unusual, something that deeply touched his heart. He realized, if one smile could change his lonely morning, what could he do for someone else tomorrow? He didn't know yet, but he wished to try. Chapter 14. Preparing a small kindness. The next morning, Liam woke early. He looked around his apartment. Nothing seemed important yet, until he thought about the bakery. Mr. Rowan had always been courteous to his customers, and Emma, well, she had shown that even strangers can care. He decided to bring a small gift to the bakery, a bouquet of fresh flowers from the market. Not expensive, just simple flowers, something that brightens up somebody else's day. Chapter 15. The Bakery Surprise. The doorbell above the entrance jingled as Liam stepped into the bakery. Mr. Rowan looked up from his kneading. "Good morning, Liam," he said, smiling. Liam handed him the small bouquet. "I thought you might like these," he said quietly. Mr. Rowan blinked, pleasantly surprised. "Danke, that is so thoughtful." His eyes crinkled in joy. It was quiet, but in Liam, warmth began to grow. He now knew that giving kindness felt just as good as receiving. Chapter 16. It's Emma's day starting. Meanwhile, Emma walked back toward the river path. The soft breeze brought the scent of flowers. She smiled to herself, thinking about the little girl at the bus stop, the boys with the bike, and Liam's morning smile. Perhaps today, she thought, would be another day of quiet connections. Little did she know, the day was about to show her just how small acts could ripple far beyond her imagination. Chapter 17. The Young Artist. Emma noticed a young man sitting on a bench by the river, sketching the scenery. He seemed engrossed, yet a bit forlorn. His notebook was on his lap, pencils scattered beside him. Emma smiled. Not a big smile, just a light one. She walked by slowly. The young artist raised his eyes. He hesitated. Then he returned a small, shy smile. Emma felt a quiet happiness, another connection, another touched heart. Chapter 18. Liam's Reflection. Out of the bakery and onto Maple Street, Liam walked slowly. He would notice the little things. A mother chasing after her toddler. An old man feeding the birds. A girl's laughter as her scarf flew against the wind. All these small moments, he realized, were like tiny sparks. A smile, a pleasant word, a kindly act. These were sparks that could light up somebody's day. He thought of Emma's smile again. And in that thought, he found a quiet resolve. Tomorrow, I will be braver. I will smile first tomorrow. Chapter 19. A Little Courage. Later on, Liam passed a small grocery shop. He saw one of the women struggling with one heavy bag. Her arms shook a little under the weight. Liam approached carefully. "Can I help you with that?" he asked softly. The woman looked up in surprise. But then she smiled, a real relieved smile. "Thank you so much," she added. He walked for a short distance carrying the bag, carefully put it on the counter, and then waved goodbye. He walked away feeling light. Small acts, he realized, were never wasted. Even the brief moments could brighten up the day. Chapter 20. Emma Notices. Emma returned home from her walk. She had seen Liam from her window. He smiled at a passerby, an old man with a cane. Then he helped a small child tie their shoelaces. Emma felt her heart swell with quiet joy. She knew a single smile sends ripples very far. Even without his knowing, one person's kindness can reach many. Chapter 21. Evening Reflection. Emma sat again by her window. The colors of pink and orange painted the sky. She was thinking about the day's moments. The little girl's smile. The boys on the bike. Liam's subdued actions. Her heart was still. Not just calm, but full. Full of understanding that counts the most, even in silence. Even in small, everyday moments. Chapter 22. A Note of Gratitude. That evening, Liam came back home. He pulled out a small notebook. He wrote, "Today I smiled first, and it mattered." Even the smallest acts can change the world, one person at a time. Smiling, he closed the notebook, an easy peace descending. He didn't know Emma's name yet. He didn't have to. Her smile had already taught him a lesson, that kindness requires no reason. Sometimes a simple smile can completely change someone's day. It has no cost and can have a priceless impact. When we pay attention to others' feelings, we can bring unexpected joy. A smile can break barriers and even start new friendships. Helping someone does not always need words. A small gesture is enough. Sharing happiness with others makes us happier. Even in moments of loneliness, Connecting with others can bring hope. Always remember, your smile has the power to light up someone's world.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us again for more English stories. Have a beautiful day.